First up, dozens of people showed up to give public testimony tonight before commissioners ultimately decided to delay that vote. Our Fox 12's Audrey Wheel listened into that meeting and breaks down what happened.
Commissioners Joanne Hardesty and Chloe Eudaly proposed $18 million in cuts to PPB's budget, and that's after earlier this year more than $15 million were cut. And tonight, about 200 people testified on this. Still no decision yet. Once again, front and center before Portland City Council Wednesday, reducing the Portland police budget. This time, Commissioners Hardesty and Eudaly championing $18 million in cuts. Hardesty says the money would help with rent stability and food security as Portlanders struggle with the impacts of COVID-19.
We need to begin to look at how to fund programs and alternatives that prevent conflict and violence, and how to move money from a bureau that is not delivered on its charge.
In an entire evening of public testimony, nearly 200 people shared a range of views. Several of those in support of the cuts said this is what protesters have been fighting for months. Many of them said they'd like to see even further defunding of Portland police.
It is quite literally the least City Council can do while still claiming to be remotely responsive to the community.
Those against the cuts raised concerns of rising violence in the city, including shootings and slow response to 911 calls.
This vote puts lives at stake. You would not cut the firefighter budget in the middle of a raging inferno with the promise that fewer firefighters will somehow result in fewer fires. We are in the midst of such an inferno.
The Oregon Association Chiefs of Police said the Bureau would lose another 42 officers, the CERT team, the crowd control team, and others. Commissioner Eudaly said the cuts would be to vacant positions in the Bureau, not current officers. But Mayor Wheeler and Commissioner Fritz weren't clear on the specifics and said they want details. The mayor said he needs to know the impact on public safety, police response times, and staffing before voting. Commissioner Ryan said he didn't want to rush.
I think it's sensible to respond, to reflect, and to be reflective and not be reactionary at this time.
Commissioner Hardesty, who'd pushed for a vote tonight, was not happy about the delay.
I am a bit disgusted tonight with the lack of courage of this council. We had the opportunity to show the public that not only are we being responsible, but we're actually listening to the people who night after night after night are telling us what they need.
Hardesty called it a cowardly move to push the vote until after the election. The mayor released a statement tonight saying, in part, we will make changes, we will adopt reforms, and to do that well, we need to listen to everyone and ensure that we have a shared understanding of what will happen as a result of our decisions. And the council will meet again on this next week. In Southeast Portland, Audrey Wheel, Fox 12 Oregon.